Okay, it says we're live. Cheers. Make sure you've got something to hydrate with. I have a combination of mango tangerine juice and like 7-Up or Sprite. Like it's a knockoff, so it's a knockoff. But yeah, so that's what I have to hydrate for now. I might go and get some water or something else at some point during the stream. But for now, I have the juice and Sprite slash 7-Up, the lemon lime carbonation. Hello, how are we? Hopefully, we are doing good. Since I saw you on Monday, I have gotten two sections of a lion crocheted. So I have the head, no ears yet, no ears, no face, no mane, but I have the main part of the head, and then I have the chunky little body that we'll see here, and then I'll need to make the tail and the mane and the ears. So I've got two sections. Two sections. Toss that over there. So I've gotten that done. I'm trying to make sure I get that done so that I have that available this weekend when I go visit Brand to give to her baby. So, and yesterday was a day of errands. Took my parents to the doctor's appointment. Came back, did some baking. Then helped my mom with some computer stuff that took far longer than it should have because the person on the other end, the customer service person, didn't have the right information. And so was kind of freaking us out because they were like, oh, this coverage is going to end at the end of the year. I'm like, why? She's like, because of the age. And I'm like, okay, can you point me to the written documents that say that this coverage ends when she has turned 71? Finally, she figured out that she was looking at the wrong information. Yes, my mother's coverage does in fact continue next year. So that was a whole mess. And then she finally got the right information that we were seeking the whole time. So yay. Essentially, my mom was trying to figure out how to swap information on the life insurance policies. So my dad is under the spousal life insurance, and he stopped smoking about 1.5 years ago, and we had not changed his status from smoker to non-smoker, essentially. So we were trying to figure out how to do that. So we finally did that. Save her a little bit of money for next year. Goodness gracious. And then I finally sat down to write about 3:00, and I had about 10-15 minutes before a concrete company contractor was coming to give us an estimate to do a patio instead of a deck. And so then he arrived, and then we talked to him about the different project, both the patio and some of the other things that we wanted done. And that took like 1.5 hours. Then it was time for dinner. And so it's just like I did not get a great deal of writing done yesterday. So I'm hoping that today I can kind of make up for that. So that's my hope. But yeah, I also went to Aldi yesterday in search of their tea advent calendar. And no luck. And then I talked to one of the workers there, and she was like, oh, you need to come Wednesday morning, like early as you possibly can, because apparently there are people coming in and buying like multiples, like somewhere between 5 and a dozen at a time, and I'm like, "Okay, all right." Don't know if they're reselling it or what, or if it's just that good. Um, anyway, so I went again this morning, and, I was not there right when they opened because I was tired. So they still did not have any out, and I don't know whether or not they just didn't get any on the next truck or if somebody swiped them all this morning. I don't know. But then for today, the win is that one of the wins is that I got a coupon for a new Panda Express that was opening. So buy one bowl, get one free. So I went and bought a bowl for myself and a bowl for my mom. So yay. And now I get to sit here and write with y'all. That's the other win. Yay. Christian says, hello. Hello. Welcome. Megan is here. Hello. Hello, hello. Are you on Thanksgiving break? I feel like that should be next week. But hello. Either way, welcome. So Gabby's 15 in Drum of the Undead, and Susie is 19. So you have one under 15. I mean, one under 18. And then you have neither of them are in their 20s. So I would say under 18 would be your answer then. Stacey says, my main character has 2 ages. Ooh. How do we achieve that? Is this something like your main character is actually one age, and then the courthouse that had their records burned down? Is it that kind of a situation, or are they reborn, transmigrated? How do we have 2 ages, or do we just have 2 characters? Monique says, I just watched the Mighty Nines animated series. First 3 episodes are on Amazon Prime, and you are in love. Nice. I've not heard of it, so I'll have to check it out. Sorry. Stacey had your follow-up appointment this morning. Okay, yes. You should have quote unquote surgery on Monday, so you likely will not be here. You appreciate positive thoughts, though. Yes. All the positive thoughts and vibes and prayers and crossing the fingers, knocking on wood, all the good things for you. So hopefully it's going to be more of a minor surgery, and not super duper invasive. Megan says to Stacey, all the positive vibes your way. Yes. They were originally going to schedule you on December 30th. Oh, and you were about to cry. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. So they managed to fit you in, clear a month and some earlier. So hopefully they either had time or they had a cancellation and you're like, please let me in. Or they decided your case was acute enough. Stacey says to Megan, thank you. Elizabeth says, hello. Hello, welcome. Welcome. Eva is here, says wave. Welcome. Still in classes. You don't really get a break because you're online. Yeah. End of the semester is in 3 weeks. Excellent. Eva also sends positive thoughts to you, Stacey. Yes. Character is kind of reborn into another form, but still retains the original as well. So 2 ages. Gotcha. Okay. Yes. Eva wants to know how classes are going to Megan. Stacey says thank you to Eva. Megan says they're going okay, but you're struggling to keep your perfect GPA. I will say, while the perfect GPA is nice, your mental health should come first. So, take that with the grain of salt. Like if you feel like that perfect GPA is your goal, that's one thing. But it's okay if it's a little lower. If you if you need that for your mental health. And sometimes the classes aren't necessarily worth it. Elizabeth says to Stacy, nothing but positive thoughts and vibes and tons of luck to you. Yes. The scheduler who's out of office called, and they have where they have the surgeries, and they found an opening. Yay! Thank you to the scheduler. Thank you to the scheduler. Stacy says thank you to Elizabeth. Eva says you got down to a 1.2 GPA or something super low, but ended with a 3.6 or 3.8. Yeah. Yeah. You really want to be valedictorian. Ah, okay, but you've been without ADHD meds for 3 weeks now. Yikes. That's hard. It's hard and probably getting progressively harder as whatever buffer your body had built has waned. Eva is asking if you're aiming for a program after this degree that is intense for admissions. He says, yeah, that would definitely throw a wrench into things. Yeah, the lack of ADHD meds. Yeah, for sure. You're just ambitious. You're going into a marketing program. You'd like to get into USC, but you can't afford it even with scholarships. Yeah, sometimes the colleges are just so dang expensive. So yeah, your focus is non-existent at the moment. Yeah, but you've got 3 weeks. 3 weeks, and that's it. Is this when is the end of your current program? Is that at the end of this semester? Or do you have more time? I can't remember. The cost of living would get you. Yeah. You'd have to live with your parents again, and you haven't spoken to them in almost 10 years. That seems like that would not be the best choice of action. Because I'm assuming that you're not speaking to them for a good reason. Just a little inkling there. Eva says, I hope you find the groove and keep the GPA where you want it. Yeah. You have 9 classes left to take, so you should be done by next year. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. And hopefully, whatever the situation is with the ADHD meds can resolve itself. Cross fingers. If the reason you cut contact change, shoot, do that. But if they still suck, no, keep yourself out of that mud pit, right? Yeah. Pretty awful people. Yeah. In which case, I would avoid that quicksand mud pit. Yeah. If at all possible. Your boyfriend and you are seriously considering medical tourism to Mexico. I mean, you would not be the first and you will not be the last. So, yeah. Okay. So, we have work to do, and I need to try and make up the words that I didn't get yesterday. I think I only got about 300 words yesterday, and that was during the 10-15 minute window before the contractor got here. And then afterwards, I was so zonked. Also, if anybody else has gotten sucked into the curiosity about the powdered sugar cranberry things, I tried it. I don't think they're worth it. So essentially, I've been seeing all over my Instagram and YouTube shorts and all that kind of stuff. I've been seeing the marinate your cranberries in orange juice and Sprite, or just orange juice, one of the two, or an alcoholic beverage of some sort. And then coat it in powdered sugar and then bake it for 5 minutes at a low temperature, 200 Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is, Celsius. And then the powdered sugar is supposed to form a little shell around around the cranberry, and then, you know, bite it, and you have the, like, tang of the cranberries plus the sweet of the powdered sugar. The bitterness and the tang of the cranberries are, like, overwhelming, and my powdered sugar did not, like, form a shell. So I put them out for the critters. I was like, holiday treat for the critters, because there's no, like, garlic or anything in there, so should be okay. I hope cranberries aren't toxic to things, because if it is, I'm gonna have to go clean that up. Let me go. I should have Googled that before. No. Fresh cranberries are not toxic. Okay. Okay. We're good. Okay. Sorry, that was just a side brain note that I was like, ooh, I should really have checked on that. But they're not worth it in my opinion. So, if anybody else has tried them and has gotten them to turn out good, let me know, because mine did not turn out great. Becca says, hi, hello, welcome. Welcome. I loved your Am I the A-hole Writer's Edition video from yesterday. Y'all, if you haven't seen it, Becca has a new video up, and it's fantastic. I loved it. It was so fun. Is writer's take on writing Reddit threads. Great. You should watch it. Megan says, we're in talks with friends that live there in Mexico for medical tourism. Yeah. We must advocate for ourselves any way we can, Megan. Yes, but be safe while doing so. Right. Yeah. Megan says, thanks to Eva. Eva says, you finished filming for a video and you're about to jump into editing it into something. Yay. Hopefully to post later today. We'll see. Excellent. I have not edited one that fast yet, and the family will all be home in a couple of hours. Okay, so you got to get done what you can in the window of time you have. 300 whole birds. Yeah, I think it was just under 300, but yeah. You got fewer than that. Then we will hopefully try and make up for that today, both you and me. Eva says, P.S. Canva just told me it's my 6th birthday. I don't know how long I've been on camera. I know that I created this channel and did nothing with it for about 6 to 8 months before I started doing something with it. So it's always like when my YouTube birthday comes around, I'm like, really? This is when I started it? Your son was 1 when you started using Canva. Oof. Time moves so fast, y'all. Parenthood's biggest downside is time moving so dang fast. Yeah. Birds like cranberries. Some birds, at least. Yes. I'm hoping that the birds will get the majority of them rather than the squirrels. Rachel says, hi. Hello. Welcome. You're welcome. You're just trying to have some fun. It was fun. It was fun to watch. So. Megan says, oh, hey, writers who want pen pals. There's a great app called Slowly. The messages arrive at about the speed of snail mail. You made a friend in Nigeria using the app. Interesting. So it's still digital. But snail mail timing. Interesting. But does it keep your old messages for you so that you can still because that was one thing I remember when I was very young, I can't even remember what grade, there was we did a pen pal exchange for our classroom between our classroom and a classroom in England. And so we were each assigned a pen pal, and I could never remember what it was that I asked her or that she asked, because Because when I got the letter from her, like, obviously I could reread it and, like, write my answer, but then I was like, I don't remember what I asked her in the following letter. And so when her response would come, I was like, I don't remember what we were talking about. So I should have, like, made a copy of it or something, but I was too young to really understand that, so. It's digital, and there are digital stamps you can collect. Fun. Yes, you can keep your old messages and print them out if you want. Nice. Sounds fun. Okay, let's get ready. We need the doggo. Let me close this. We need the doggos, and we need a card for the day. I also need to get my current total updated. Okay, so we've got the seahorse today. In case you, so we got the starfish last time. We got the seahorse this time. So apparently we are still ocean themed. Okay, Tuesday's doggo is Tuna. You have once again taken him to the vet instead of the park. Fool him once, shame on you. Fool him twice, even more shame on you. So here's Tuna and that side eye of distrust and disappointment that you did not, in fact, take him to the park. And then we have Brewer, but spelled Breuer. He's still figuring out how to sit. He wants to know what you think of his plop in the meantime. 12 out of 10. His plop is adorable. Look at that. So cute. It also looks like he has one of those handlebar mustaches. The ones that curve up. Super cute. Let's see. Kara is here. Says, oops, you forgot to pop over at 11 your time. You're doing sprints with Jowl as well. So stream hoppers. Make sure that you are supporting all of the authortube. Megan says, it's very addicting. You've made friends in Morocco, Gambia, Nigeria, and now Argentina. It is fun. You haven't had the guts to message anyone in Italy yet. Because you would be doing it in Italian. Gotcha. So Rachel's going to check it out. Rachel likes it. Likes the idea. Okay. So now we need our seahorse. Here is our seahorse. Watch and wait. Hovering gracefully, the seahorse observes with the perspective of one who is not engulfed in the drama, remaining at a distance from all the turbulence. The seahorse appears at a time to remind you of the need to be neutral and gain perspective. Your message from the seahorse is, not my circus, not my monkeys. The spirit wants you to know that even if you are tempted to jump into the fray and try and fix things, the best way to serve yourself and others right now is to remain calm and simply watch and see. Another message here is that whatever your query, the seahorse asks you to step back, be willing to explore things from different angles rather than one single angle, and just observe what is possible. From the perspective of the position of a neutral observer, you will discover a myriad of opportunities and a deeper understanding of what you seek and why, and you will know beauty, truth, love, and wisdom. Yeah, so neutral. Make sure that you are not going to be catching elbows from the drama. Like, don't get that close. And also make sure that you are looking at things sort of from a larger perspective, a backed off lens, if you will, and just see what other angles you could approach the problem from. Essentially, don't be hard-headed. You know, I always felt a little called up with that kind of thing. But yeah, so again, especially with all all the things going on in the world, we are definitely tempted to jump into the fray. And certain things, like we should be stepping in, like anytime you get a chance to vote, yes, please do. Um, if there is a protest that you feel you can safely protest at, again, perfectly fine. But some of the more minor drama, maybe stay out of. Maybe stay out of the minor drama that may feel like big drama. But again, we don't want to be catching elbows. So, um, ooh, Becca got a new cat tarot deck when you were on the writing retreat. It's so cute. Nice. Love it. Kara has been learning French with Lingo Legends. It's a fun game, but your French pronunciation is awful. Yeah, I was always shocked. I managed to win, managed to get the French Student of the Year twice when I was in high school. And I was like, I'm not sure, but it's because I tested well. I did well in writing. I did not do well in pronunciation, but I still managed to get the award because, again, I was good on paper and well behaved. So, yeah. Like I'm sure that there were several other students that I could pinpoint in our class that their pronunciation was way better, but they acted up. So I know that they were not necessarily on the teacher's checklist. You like the neutral aspect of the seahorse, yeah. Seahorse fits Susie vibes. Nice. Keep calm and write on. Yes. Yes. Do we have merch that says that? We should at some point. Somebody should. I think somebody has that already, but yeah. You could use the seahorse as a prompt. Nice. You got the Eight of Cups, still the water suite, still water related from the Buffy tarot deck. Nice. Much needed, the seahorse. Yes. And Stacey says, I need to get back to learning French. Yes. But maybe take care of your arm first. Take care of that, and then as you're recovering, I'm sure you'll have plenty of time where you may not be able to do other things that you could absolutely do your French study. Okay, let's do the red panda to start off. I need to make some new ones. Did I share it? Yes, I did. Okay. Oh, and then I remember Mama Maggie requested the Snowy Birds timer because it was going to snow this week, next week. I can't remember. Actually, you were told to aggressively use your shoulder so it doesn't lock back up. Ooh. Okay. All right, that's a little scary. And I'm sure probably going to be painful. So yeah, good luck and good vibes for that and the recovery. So okay, I'm going to pull up my document. You should as well if you don't already have it up. And so 1 is save. 2 is sip. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back, that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4 is make sure if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. I did good that sprint. I got about 900 words. And I am about 700 words from the next sort of like milestone. Sorry for moving y'all. Hopefully you didn't get motion sick. So I'm about 700 words from the next like bar up. But considering today is the 19th, if we're doing we're doing the classic 1,667 times 19. We should be today at 31.6. So I should be 2 milestones up, and I am not gonna make that, I don't think, during the stream. For sure not during the stream, but if I work some more this evening, I might be able to. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, so we're a little over 700 away from the next milestone. For me, because I have my own little milestones. But he's cute. So I have enough room today at the end of the stream, I think, to do more starkles and spars. Darkles and spars. Yes, I can speak. Words are doing. Also, I looked over and I was like, I wonder why my spine is cracking for this. I wonder why. I know exactly why. But yeah, so I also have to figure out what I'm going to do for December decoration wise, whether or not I want to go blue for like winter, or if I want to do green. Because I have these two that have ferns on them, these two washi tapes that could be really cute and like add like a little bit more pop of, red for hollies or whatever. That could be really cute, but I don't know that I want to do that. So I'm trying to figure out, do I want to go with the ferns and mushies? Because I have some other mushrooms that I have used this year already, but they have some really cute. So I have these. These were from Notebook Therapy. So like that one, is it gonna hide my face? Is really cute. I used that, I think, in October, didn't I? Let me see. Ouch. I think it was October. Yeah. I used them like that in October. So I've already used them once this year, but I mean, I still have some. So it's not like I can't use it again, So there's that. So I have already used this once in this quarter. So I don't know that I would want to necessarily use those mushrooms again that soon, but the other mushrooms I haven't used yet, so I could use those. So again, just things that I have to figure out is like, what am I doing for December? And also I need to put together a list of people that I need to craft for, bake for, and purchase presents for, and what I'm going to be doing for them. That way I can budget out for holiday gifts in terms of both money and time. Because that's why one of the reasons why I went ahead and started on that the little line crochet, because I'm like, that needs to be done ASAP, because I'm gonna hopefully see her this weekend, so that needs to get done. The other kids I have time for because I'll see them closer to Christmas. But yeah, so I got 900 and some words. 900 and some. I'm just rounding. Let's see. Kara says there are several YouTube channels that Kara uses for working out with your various bodily compromises and limitations. You like Happy Yoga, Yoga with Bird, and Yoga etc. with Tina. And also, even if you aren't a senior, you might benefit from channels such as More Life Health, Elder Fit, Improved Health for Seniors, and Yes to Next for rehab purposes. Also, to know as we are aging, because we all age, what are the kinds of things that we need to sort of like keep moving in terms of for mobility purpose, long-term mobility. So yeah, so those are some recommended channels. If anybody else has some recommended channels, let us know. I wrote down these, but I need to write down the yoga ones as well. So I will go back and do that. Stacy also is going to check them out, write them down so you don't forget the names. Monique got 504 words so far. Excellent. Christian got 333. Excellent. Fantastic. Funky is hoping that today is the last work writing day before vacay. Nice. How long of a vacation do you get? Do you get until next week or just like Thursday, Friday? How long of a vacay do you got? Stacy says, I read and I got the dishwasher loaded and started. Fantastic. Rachel was saying you love the mushrooms for the two little bitty ones. Eva made a frozen pizza and barely started edits on this video. I mean, food is important. And pizza is good. My only problem with frozen pizza is that I don't know if it's like the preservatives that they have to put in for convenience. But whatever tomato sauce frozen pizzas use is so acidic that when you bite into it, the roof of your mouth right behind your front two teeth, that little triangle of flesh on the roof of your mouth is just like guarantee you it's going to be gone, burned off, burned off because of the temperature or the acidity of the tomato sauce. Guarantee you, anytime I eat a frozen pizza, which you would think that I would have learned my lesson and just cut it up with a knife and fork. But no, I, pick it up and eat it, and guarantee you the roof of my mouth right behind my front teeth, is gone. And like guaranteed, 100% chance. Funky says to Stacy, in terms of reading and dishwasher, small victories matter. Yes, they do. Absolutely. You've been learning that since your injury. Yeah. Yes. Monique says, my go-to is Bharti Yoga. Hopefully I said that correctly. Okay, so it's another yoga channel. Okay, so I'm going to add that to my list. Bharti Yoga. And what were the... Scroll. I think I went too far. There we go. Happy Yoga. Yoga with Bird and Yoga etc. with Tina. Okay, there we go. Okay, Eva says, I wrote those down and we'll lose the Post-it. But thank you so much. I'll ask again in January when I join the new workout wagon. So I'm putting it in my document for now, just like with a note, so that I can transfer it later, because I have my recommendations page that I will add it to, because I do need a section for like workout channels and stuff. But this is my recommendations page. So I have things like, YouTube channels specifically, just for like random stuff, shows to watch, books, stationery items or brands, and then this was my dairy-free list, and then software and programs and tech. So yeah. So that's my recommendation spread. So I will add those to that so that I can then transfer going into the new year. And I'm thinking about, I may want to dedicate a 4-page spread for recommendations instead of a 2-page spread. Because I have quite a few other things that I haven't added to there because I was like, I don't want to run out of space. Like an idiot. I'm like, it's a bullet journal. You just dedicate a new page for it. And you're like, fine, whatever. No. I was like, no, I want it to be perfect. Perfectionism bites you in the butt. Eva says, we're putting together a bit of a home gym. Ooh, or we're going to be trying. Nice. That sounds fun. My home gym is that I have some 5-pound weights and my dad has adjustable weights. And they are currently collecting dust. And then we have shoes for outside, you know, go outside and walk or whatever. But when the weather is just like nasty, you don't want to do that. So I have been meaning to do more of the weights, especially to strengthen like shoulder muscles and whatnot. So yeah. I'm going to be hopping on the same workout bandwagon with you. Funky is going to be taking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you get Thursday, Friday off for Turkey Day. Yes. Fantastic. Okay, so you're hoping that Thursday, Friday of this week are not work writing heavy. Understood. 226 words, more than yesterday already. So yay. Excellent. Hooray. So true in terms of the pizza. Yeah. Yeah. You haven't had that problem with tombstones as far as the acidity. I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure I have done that on tombstones though. Because we used to, you know, when we were smaller and the parents had less energy because we were higher energy. I think we tried the tombstone and it was more the same. You were just talking to another pal about making frozen pizzas for yourself. You haven't ever made your own dough though, so it may be kind of advanced for you with ingredient level meal prep. Okay, so here's the thing. If you go to Walmart, they have little Martha White bags of dough, pre-made dough powder, essentially. And you just have to add warm water and mix it together. That's what we usually use if we're making homemade pizzas. And then you could probably get 2 small ones, like have little 2 or 3 small ones, like personal pan size, if you wanted to do it that way. I don't know how well they freeze though, but the Martha White has the little baggies, just like you can bag the baggies of like the muffin mixes, but they're pizza dough mix. And I'm pretty sure like Great Value also has like their version of it. So it's probably the same thing, made in the same factory, just like white labeled. But yeah, so if you don't want to mess with the yeast and and all that, it's literally cut the bag open, pour it in a bowl, add hot water / warm water, depending on how hot your kettle goes. Mix it together, cover it for like 5-10 minutes, and then you're good to like smoosh it out on the tray. It's very easy. You do have to pre-bake. So what you spread it out on the pan, you prick it so that it cooks evenly, toss it in the oven for like 5 minutes, then you put your toppings on. So for creating your own frozen pizzas, I think you would pre-bake, put your toppings on, wrap it up, put it in the freezer, and then it would be ready to go when you are wanting to just toss it in the oven. So, but it's very convenient to just like add water and go. Now you're in the mood for French bread pizza. I mean, that's good too. Because that is, you can go buy the French bread or you can go buy the Italian bread or whatever kind of bread you want. And just like put the toppings on and throw it in the pizza oven. Throw it in the oven. And Funky's like, pizza. Yes. Make it a fold out page. Oh, for the recommendations? Yes. Yeah, tape it so it's So one of the reasons I bought where have I put it? I purchased some of the little memo pads from Archer and Olive specifically so that I could have little tip-in pages. But yeah, little pullouts for workouts and things. Could be good. Could be fun. Yeah. Monique says, I'm going to write 500 more words next print, and then you're going to go grocery shopping. Okay, let's get back on track pretty quick. That way you can write the 500 words, and I can write more words and stop yakking at us. Kara says, I have had several cats over the course of your life who love tomato sauce. Nice. Thank you so much for the tip with the Martha. Yeah, you're welcome. We used Chef Boyardee kits when you were little. I remember those too. Yeah, they still make them. They are pretty easy to follow directions for. Nice. We're so bad about the convenience food, right? Yeah. That's what it's like. The banquet pot pies, like they're not good, but they are convenient in that, like, when you're tired and you don't want to do anything for dinner, you just turn on the oven and shove them in there. They're done, 35 minutes later. Pizza bread, French bread pizza is great. The French bread is often on sale at Walmart. Yes. You could also do essentially like a bruschetta. I don't know how to say it. But essentially, fresh instead of baked. Delicious. Back on track. Sorry for the pizza tour. No, don't be sorry. We all love to talk about food. So, you like making English muffin pizzas for lunch? Ooh, I've done this before too, and yes, it is delicious. Just split open the muffin, sauce it, top it, and cook it for like 10 minutes. Yes. Do I have a recipe page in that journal? I don't, but I should. That's a good idea. In fact, let me put that on my ideas for next year. Because that is one of my things that I want to try more recipes. So not a bad idea. Stacy says to Eva, I don't mind. Just now you want pizza. Maybe you'll at least put the ingredients on the grocery list. There you go. And that way you'll be one step closer. So, all right, let's do the next sprint because we've been chatting for quite some time. Fine, because sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need that bit of social life and food discussion. Okay, second sprint is the self-promo sprint, so make sure you promo away. Also, don't forget to answer the poll. Today is about how old your main character is. Is your main character under 18, underage? Are you writing YA/middle? Are they in their 20s and 30s? Are they in their 40s and 50s? Or are they like over 100/immortal type? Oh, why did I stop sharing that one? We want that. Here we go. There we go. Okay. 1, save your document. 2, take a sip. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine. Roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4 is make sure if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Sorry. Let me figure out what our total is now. Plus 8, 12. Okay, so I've made it to the next milestone. Fantastic. So I think I got around maybe 750 that time. Somewhere in there. So we did good. We did good. We are progressing. Okay. How about you? Did you do good? Did you at least get a word, some words, some editing, some coffee, a chocolate, something? And also, did you do your self promo? That is another question. Okay, so Kara is talking about the poll. You have a character, Rod, is 28, so he would fall in that 20s and 30s, but he's potentially immortal. He's a Nephilim. He just isn't aware of this because he lost his memory. Ooh, spoilers. And this is where I was responding to Eva because Eva was saying, do you have a recipe page? I don't, but I do have the dairy-free section in my recommendations. Things that I have tried, things that people have recommended to me, things that I need to remember are like good or aren't dairy-free enough, sort of, or like lactose-free enough type thing. Things like which eggnog tasted good type thing. We bought some real eggnog. We haven't opened it yet. We're saving it for Thanksgiving, but it's real eggnog. So, and I'm just gonna take the lactate pill and gamble. So some things are worth it, and lasagna is one of them. Pizza is one of them. But I have found that for me, if I put a layer of cornmeal on the bottom, one, it helps with the texture, like crisp up the bottom somehow a little bit. And then for whatever reason, the corn plus the cheese, so I don't know if it like counteracts each other, but somehow for whatever reason for my body, it works. Whereas the cheese would normally like give me issues. So, but I can't put cornmeal in lasagna. So, that one I just have to deal with. Kara says, I have a new book promo post up on Reader's Roost. So Reader's Roost. So here's the link to that. Sorry. Rachel continued through the previous break, got another couple of chapters handled, but you think you needed a break. So you took a break. That's Sprinty Sprint. Monique hit 19,500 so far. Another 1,000 words to go. Fantastic. Rachel did actually get a new article up for aggressively helpful writing advice on the 7th. So in case you missed it, here's where to find it. And Rachel's other stuff. Some of Rachel's other stuff. Eva says, I post writing content over here. And here is the link to the Poetic POV channel. Funky's coffee just finished brewing. Day has been saved. I did purchase, when I went to Aldi today. Yes. They had the German roasted low acidity, medium and dark roast coffee beans. I was like, that sounds good. I'll try that. So it's like the vacuum packed brick of coffee grounds. Kate, hello, you made it. It's nice and sunny here in Alberta, kind of wishing for snow so it's not so dry and brown. Gotcha. Yeah, the colors on the leaves are like brilliant. We've got some of the like those yellows and golds that just glow when the sun hits them, and we've got plenty of like maples that are that lovely red. So driving around at this point of the year is wonderful because you get to see all the colors. Stacy's hubby is home, just figured out what to make for dinner, and you're getting ready for the writing club that you're joining tonight. Ooh, nice. Sounds fun. Okay, now I know it's 3 o'clock, but we've only done 2 sprints, so I am gonna run a 3rd sprint. Um, so, but yeah, so I will be here for another 30 minutes, um, for sure. So, hopefully you can join me. If not, let me know. But we're gonna go with the because the otter is cute. No other reasons, just cute. You have to let Funky know how it is. We usually roll with Pete's Big Bang. Yeah. So that's one of my gripes about coffee is the acidity, especially when it's the fully Arabica beans. Is the acidity is often a little high for me, so I generally do have to counteract it with like milk and creamer. Um, so I'm hoping that the low acidity marketing is in fact true. Elizabeth's good. Almost 100 words fewer than last time, but not beating yourself up about it. Maybe you should just follow Funky's lead and make some coffee. That would only help. Yes. Yeah, and I had to go get some caffeine myself because it's just one of those days. Funky's like, do it. Peer pressure. More coffee. All right, let's do 3rd sprint. 1, save your document. 2, take a sip of whatever you have, hydration or caffeine wise. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And here we go. If you need a break, take a break. That's number 4. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Okay, how did we do? I think overall today I did great. I think I have made up a couple of made up for a couple of missing sprints that I didn't have yesterday, so that's good. So plus what's my total now? Okay, so 5. Oops. Did I do that? No, I didn't do that right. That's not right. Calculator, rescue me. Okay. Plus equals. Okay. So we are at 5. Okay. Okay. So we are close to the next markup. So I'm just gonna go just shy of it. And then I'll be able to decorate it with the gold glowy bits. How'd you do? Kate has been working on a scene that's been on your mind for a while. You're hoping for 300. Hope you got it. Eva says, oops, you missed the in-between from the last time. You started around 73 minutes of footage. You're down to 63 minutes, and you're 2 minutes into the edit. The kiddos' bus is going to be here in a few. Today was a field trip day. Fun. Elizabeth got back with the second biggest cup of coffee known to writer kind. The biggest cup is still in your cabinet, only to be broken out in case of an emergency. And Funky has given you a stamp of approval for this. Kate got 329. Nice. So you managed to get your 300. So that was a really good sprint. Yes. I feel like I got into the zone there in the second and third sprint. So Eva did pretty well. Excellent. Good. Andy. Hello. Funky got more work writing done, hoping that your release happens tomorrow and you can write your own stuff on Friday. That would be amazing. I hope that happens for you. Stacy says, just found out that Carmen is going to be late. A bus was in an accident and her bus is going to pick up the other kids to be taken home. Okay. Bad thing is she's leaving with her dad and sister tonight. Okay, so the timing is not great. Timing is not great. Stacy says, I have writing club, so she's not staying home with me like on the other Wednesdays. Yeah. Yeah, so timing becomes important then. But I hope that she gets home quickly, and I hope that your writing club goes well. I hope all good things for us. Okay, let's end our poll. We have 47% of our main characters are somewhere in their 20s and 30s. 35% of our main characters are under 18. 12% are in their 40s to 50s, and 6% are over 100 years old / immortal vibes. So that's not a bad spread there, but it is kind of what I figured. I think that reflects the market pretty well, what's typical for the market. So yeah. Let's see. Elizabeth got a few words. Nice. A bracket for the big competition at the end of the book. Ooh. Cup of coffee and a stamp of approval. All overall, good spread. Yes. So has anybody else been doing the book bracket where you month to month or quarter to quarter put for month to month, then quarter to quarter, whatever. Put your best books against each other and then wind up with the king of the books for the year that you read. Did anybody else do that? Or do you have a way of calculating what's your best book for the year? I guess. I've not actually done the book brackets because most of the time they look coolest in the journals when you have pictures, little mini covers, and I don't have a color printer. So I can't do that. So anyway, thank you very much for joining me today. I can't talk. I'm going to save my document and try to not stumble over my words again next time. Don't forget to save. Don't forget to hydrate. Make sure you're stretching. Stand up, walk around your room a little bit. And make sure you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will hopefully see y'all on Friday. All right. Bye.